Seniors, this one food rebuilds muscle, even at age 75. Welcome, my friends. If you're over 60, you probably know the feeling of waking up and realizing your muscles just aren't what they used to be. Climbing the stairs feels harder, carrying groceries feels heavier, and sometimes even standing up from a chair takes more effort than you expected. It's not your imagination. After the age of 50, and especially after 60, most people lose between 1 to 2% of their muscle mass every single year. By the time someone turns 75, they may have lost up to 25 to 50% of their muscle strength compared to their younger years. That's why you often hear the phrase, "I feel weaker than I used to." But what if I told you that there is one powerful food, affordable, easy to find, and backed by science, that can actually help you rebuild muscle, even at 70, 75, or beyond? Stay with me, because this might be one of the most important health messages you'll hear today. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how two people of the same age can look completely different? One person at 70 still walks tall, moves quickly, and lives independently, while another struggles with weakness, poor balance, and constant fatigue. What's the difference? Often it comes down to the amount of lean muscle mass they've been able to maintain. And here is the good news. Losing muscle with age is not something you just have to accept. Your body is capable of rebuilding muscle tissue at almost any age, as long as you give it the right building blocks. And that's exactly what this video is all about. Now, before I reveal the one food that can help seniors rebuild muscle, we need to understand why muscle loss happens in the first place. This will help you see just how powerful this food can be when it's added to your diet. So, let's talk about the science of muscle loss. After 60, your body goes through a process called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a fancy word, but it simply means age-related muscle loss. It's caused by a mix of different factors. First, your hormone levels drop. Testosterone, growth hormone, and even estrogen in women all decline with age. These hormones are like natural muscle signals in your body. When they're strong, your muscles stay strong. When they fade, so does your muscle tissue. Second, your body's ability to absorb protein decreases. That means you could be eating the same chicken or beans you ate in your 40s, but your body just isn't pulling out the protein as effectively as it used to. Protein is the raw material your muscles need to grow and repair, so if your absorption is weaker, your muscle rebuilding slows down dramatically. Third, inflammation plays a role. As we age, the body tends to carry higher levels of inflammation. This silent fire not only damages joints and organs, but also interferes with muscle recovery.
After a walk or a light workout, younger people can rebuild their muscle fibers quickly, but seniors often stay sore longer, heal slower, and struggle to regain that strength. And finally, let's not forget lifestyle. Many people over 60 simply move less. Retirement, aches and pains, or just the habit of sitting more can all contribute to less physical activity. And as the saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it. But here's where things get exciting.
Despite all of this, researchers have found that seniors can absolutely rebuild muscle tissue when they combine the right kind of light exercise with targeted nutrition. And among all the foods tested, one stands out as a superstar. I'm about to reveal it to you, but first let's pause for a moment. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. I share powerful, science-backed health tips every week to help you live stronger, longer, and healthier. Don't miss out. Subscribe right now. Alright, so what is this mystery food that can rebuild muscle even at age 75? You might be thinking it's some expensive supplement or exotic fruit. But the truth is, it's something much simpler. And chances are, you've already eaten it many times in your life. This food is none other than eggs.
Yes, the humble egg. Something you can find in every grocery store. Something that costs just pennies compared to fancy powders or supplements. Eggs are often overlooked, but they are one of the most complete natural sources of muscle-building nutrients available to us. Why eggs? Let me explain. First, eggs are packed with high-quality protein. In fact, eggs are considered the gold standard for protein.
Because they contain all 9 essential amino acids in the right proportions your body needs. Think of amino acids as the building blocks of muscle. Without them, you can't rebuild or repair muscle fibers. And guess what? Seniors need even more high-quality amino acids than younger people because their bodies don't process protein as efficiently. Eggs deliver exactly what's needed in a form that's easy to digest and absorb. Second, eggs are rich in leucine, an amino acid that plays a special role in muscle growth. Research shows that leucine is like a spark plug that turns on your body's muscle-building switch. Without enough leucine, your body struggles to kickstart the muscle rebuilding process, and eggs just happen to be one of the richest natural sources of leucine. One large egg provides about 500 milligrams of leucine, and studies suggest that seniors need at least 2 to 3 grams of leucine in a meal to stimulate muscle growth. That means just a few eggs at breakfast could provide exactly the spark your muscles are waiting for. Third, eggs also come with vitamin D, vitamin B12, and choline, nutrients that support muscle function, nerve health, and energy production. Vitamin D, for example, not only helps with bone strength, but also boosts muscle strength and reduces the risk of falls. And as you know, falls are one of the biggest dangers for seniors. Stronger muscles mean better balance, better coordination, and a safer, more independent life. And let's not forget healthy fats. Eggs provide omega-3 fatty acids, especially if you choose pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched eggs. These healthy fats reduce inflammation, which, as we mentioned earlier, is a key barrier to muscle growth in older adults. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but aren't eggs bad for cholesterol? This is one of the biggest myths in nutrition. For decades, people were told to avoid eggs because they raise cholesterol. But modern research shows that for most people, eating eggs does not significantly increase blood cholesterol levels or heart disease risk. In fact, eggs can actually improve your cholesterol profile by raising good HDL cholesterol. And remember, your body needs cholesterol to build hormones like testosterone, which is crucial for maintaining muscle mass. So, if you've been avoiding eggs out of fear, it's time to rethink that. For seniors, eggs can be one of the safest, most effective, and most affordable muscle-building foods on the planet. But here's the real magic. It's not just about eating eggs, it's about how and when you eat them, and what you combine them with. In the next part of this video, I'll show you exactly how to use eggs strategically to maximize muscle rebuilding. And I'll share other foods that work in synergy with eggs to give you even better results. Now that we know eggs are one of the most powerful foods for rebuilding muscle in seniors, the next question is, how exactly should you eat them to get the maximum benefit? Because while eating a boiled egg here and there is good, there's actually a science to timing, combinations, and preparation methods that can truly supercharge your results. And if you're over 60, these details matter more than you think. First, let's talk about timing. Muscle tissue is rebuilt after you use it, usually in the hours following activity. That means the protein you eat has to be available when your body is ready to repair those muscle fibers. For seniors, this is especially important because the body doesn't respond as strongly to protein as it did in younger years. So, if you just eat one egg for breakfast and then have no protein the rest of the day, your muscles are left waiting without the right fuel. The best strategy is to spread your protein intake throughout the day. Research shows that seniors who eat 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein per meal can actually stimulate new muscle growth, even at age 75 or older. And that's where eggs come in. Each egg has about 6 to 7 grams of protein, which means eating 3 eggs at breakfast already gives you nearly 20 grams of high-quality protein, enough to turn on that muscle-building switch. Combine that with a source of healthy carbs, like oats or whole-grain bread, and you've just created a muscle-friendly breakfast that will fuel your body all morning long. Now, let's talk about combinations. Eggs on their own are powerful, but when you pair them with certain other foods, you get a 1 + 1 = 3 effect. One of the best foods to pair with eggs is spinach. Spinach is rich in magnesium, which plays a crucial role in muscle function and recovery. Many seniors are deficient in magnesium, and this leads to muscle cramps, weakness, and fatigue. By adding a handful of spinach to your scrambled eggs or omelet, you are not only boosting your protein, but also giving your muscles the minerals they need to perform and recover. Another great pairing is avocado. Avocados provide healthy fats, potassium, and fiber. Potassium is vital for maintaining proper muscle contractions, and without it, you're at risk for cramps and weakness. Think about it. Eggs plus avocado toast isn't just trendy. It is actually a muscle-strengthening meal designed perfectly for seniors. Let's not forget tomatoes. Tomatoes are rich in antioxidants, especially lycopene, which fights oxidative stress in your muscles. Oxidative stress is one of the hidden causes of accelerated muscle loss in aging. By combining eggs with fresh tomatoes or a tomato-based salsa, you're reducing muscle damage while promoting faster repair. But one of the most underrated combinations is eggs plus beans or lentils. Why? Because while eggs give you a concentrated dose of animal protein, beans and lentils provide additional fiber, slow-digesting carbs, and plant protein. This combination keeps your blood sugar steady and provides sustained energy for your muscles. For seniors, keeping blood sugar balanced is key, because spikes and crashes in blood sugar can lead to energy dips, cravings, and even increased muscle breakdown. And here's something else worth noting. If you are struggling with appetite, which is common in seniors, eggs are gentle on the stomach and easy to prepare in different ways. You can boil them, scramble them, poach them, or turn them into egg salad. For those who find chewing tough meats difficult, eggs are the perfect substitute to still get the protein you need without the struggle. Now let's bust another myth, the fear of eating the egg yolk. Many people still throw away the yolk and only eat egg whites, thinking it's healthier. But the yolk is where most of the vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats are found. Yes, the yolk contains cholesterol, but remember, your body actually needs cholesterol to make hormones like testosterone and estrogen, which are both critical for maintaining muscle. Seniors who avoid yolks are missing out on nutrients like vitamin D, choline, and omega-3s, all of which directly support muscle and nerve health. Unless your doctor specifically tells you otherwise, eat the whole egg. That's where the power is. Now let's go deeper into how eggs help specifically with seniors' unique challenges. Earlier, I mentioned that after 60, your body doesn't absorb protein as efficiently. This is why seniors need more protein, not less. The good news is that egg protein is highly bioavailable. This means your body can actually use and absorb it better than almost any other protein source. Compare this to something like red meat, which might be harder to digest and absorb, especially if you have digestive issues. Eggs go down easy and give your muscles immediate building blocks. Another challenge seniors face is chronic inflammation. This low-level, ongoing inflammation not only damages joints, but also interferes with muscle recovery. By choosing pasture-raised eggs, you actually get a higher amount of omega-3 fatty acids, which help calm down this inflammation. Fewer aches and pains mean you're more likely to stay active, and being active is what signals your body to keep rebuilding muscle. Now, here's a tip that most people don't know. Eating eggs at breakfast doesn't just help with muscle. It also sets you up for better eating throughout the day. Studies show that people who eat a high-protein breakfast are less likely to snack on unhealthy foods later on. For seniors, this is huge, because mindless snacking often replaces nutrient-dense meals. By starting your day with eggs, you are not only feeding your muscles but also controlling your appetite and supporting a healthier weight, which itself makes moving around easier and less stressful on your muscles. But maybe you're wondering, how many eggs can I eat per day? The truth is, for most healthy seniors, eating up to 2 or even 3 eggs per day is safe and beneficial. Some people can eat more, but the sweet spot for muscle growth seems to be around that 2 to 3 range daily. Remember, it's not just about the eggs alone, but how they fit into your overall protein intake. If you combine those 2 to 3 eggs with other protein sources like fish, beans, nuts, and dairy, you're setting yourself up for powerful muscle rebuilding. And while eggs are the superstar here, I don't want you to ignore the other supporting cast. Think of your muscle like a house. Eggs are the bricks, but you still need the mortar and support beams. Foods like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, salmon, chicken, quinoa, and almonds all contribute their own nutrients and protein to keep that house strong. The more variety you add, the more complete your nutrition becomes. Finally, let's not forget hydration. Muscles are made up of about 75% water. If you're dehydrated, your muscles simply cannot perform at their best. And here's the catch. Many seniors have a reduced sense of thirst, so they don't drink enough water. Eggs can help here too, indirectly, because meals that include eggs often encourage you to drink fluids, whether it's a cup of water, herbal tea, or even a glass of milk. Always remember, protein plus hydration equals better muscle repair. So, in summary, the way to maximize the muscle-building power of eggs is to eat them regularly. Combine them with supporting foods like spinach, avocado, beans, and tomatoes, and make sure you're eating enough protein at every meal. Your body isn't done building muscle just because you're older. It's just waiting for the right fuel to be delivered. Now let's bring all of this into the real world. It's one thing to know eggs are powerful, but how do seniors actually use them to transform their strength and daily life? Sometimes the best way to understand this is through real examples. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother who struggled with getting up from her chair without help. Her doctor told her she was losing muscle mass at a rapid rate, something called sarcopenia, which affects nearly 1 in 3 seniors. She started a simple routine: 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and a slice of whole grain toast for breakfast, 3 times a week. Within 6 months, she wasn't just stronger. She could walk around the block again without feeling like her legs were giving out. Then there's James, a 75-year-old retired teacher. He always thought eating too many eggs would be bad for his cholesterol, so he avoided them for decades. But after learning the truth, he started eating 3 boiled eggs for lunch along with a small salad. He paired that with light strength training using resistance bands. The results? In under a year, he gained back noticeable muscle in his arms and legs, his balance improved, and he even reported fewer falls. His doctor confirmed his cholesterol numbers didn't worsen. In fact, his good cholesterol improved. Stories like these aren't miracles. They're proof that when seniors give their body the building blocks it craves, the body responds, no matter the age. Eggs are simply one of the easiest, most effective ways to provide those blocks. So what does this look like day to day? Let's walk through a few meal ideas that are senior-friendly, easy to prepare, and designed to maximize muscle recovery. For breakfast, try a spinach and tomato omelet. Beat 3 eggs, pour them into a pan, and toss in chopped spinach, diced tomatoes, and a sprinkle of cheese. Serve it with a slice of avocado toast. This meal hits protein, healthy fats, and micronutrients, everything muscles need to grow and recover. For lunch, go with something simple like a boiled egg salad bowl. Start with leafy greens. Add 2 chopped boiled eggs. Toss in some chickpeas, cucumber slices, and olive oil. This bowl is light but nutrient-packed, perfect for seniors who don't like heavy meals in the afternoon. And for dinner, how about a frittata with vegetables? You can make it once and eat it over 2 days. Mix 6 eggs with diced peppers, zucchini, and onions, then bake it in the oven. Pair it with a small side of quinoa or brown rice. This meal provides long-lasting energy, plus the vegetables add extra vitamins for bone and joint health. For snacks, deviled eggs made with Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise are a fantastic option. Or try a protein-packed smoothie with boiled eggs blended in. Yes, you can actually blend boiled eggs into smoothies, and you won't even notice once you add fruits like bananas or berries. Now, I know some people may be hesitant to eat eggs daily. Maybe you're worried about taste fatigue or getting bored. That's why variety matters. The beauty of eggs is they can be cooked in so many different ways. Scrambled, poached, fried, baked, hard-boiled, or even incorporated into baked goods like muffins. With just a little creativity, you'll never run out of options. But here's a key point. Eggs alone are not the full story. They're the star, yes, but muscles also need supporting foods. If eggs are the bricks, think of these supporting foods as the mortar. For example, Greek yogurt is another fantastic senior-friendly protein source. It's rich in leucine, the amino acid that actually switches on muscle growth. Combining eggs in the morning with a cup of Greek yogurt as a snack later in the day ensures you are keeping that muscle-building signal active. Another great partner is salmon. Like eggs, salmon is rich in high-quality protein and omega-3s, which fight inflammation. Having eggs for breakfast and salmon for dinner creates a perfect 1-2 punch for muscle repair. Don't overlook beans and lentils. These provide plant-based protein and fiber, which supports gut health. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, which in turn means your muscles get the most out of the food you eat. Add lentils to your egg salad or make an egg and bean burrito on a whole grain wrap. And of course, hydration remains key. Pair your meals with water, herbal teas, or even water infused with lemon or cucumber. Dehydration can undo all the hard work of your diet by leaving your muscles stiff and prone to cramps. Now, here's something fascinating that most seniors don't realize. Eating eggs consistently doesn't just help with muscle, it also boosts your balance and coordination. Why? Because muscle strength isn't just about lifting heavy objects, it's about stabilizing your body, preventing falls, and maintaining independence. Seniors who add more protein into their diet, especially from eggs, often report that they feel more confident walking, climbing stairs, and even doing simple tasks like carrying groceries. And let's not forget the mental side of this. The yolk in eggs contains choline, which is essential for brain health. Seniors who eat eggs regularly often enjoy sharper memory and better focus. So when you're rebuilding your muscles, you're also giving your brain the nutrition it needs to stay sharp. Finally, I want to emphasize this. It's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80 plus, your muscles can respond. The human body is remarkable in its ability to adapt. Think about it. If a broken bone can heal, if wounds can close, why wouldn't your muscles also have the power to rebuild when given the right fuel? Eggs, along with a balanced diet, provide that fuel. So if you're wondering whether this change is worth it, let me leave you with this thought. What would an extra 5 or 10 years of mobility mean to you? What would it mean to be able to pick up your grandchild, garden without pain, or simply walk into the kitchen without struggling? That independence, that dignity, it's priceless. And it starts with small, consistent choices, like adding eggs to your diet. To now, we've talked about real-life stories and meal ideas, but let us go a layer deeper and uncover the science of how eggs actually help seniors rebuild muscle, even after 70 or 75. Because once you understand what's happening inside your body, you'll feel more motivated to take action. Here's the first key point. Muscle is a living tissue. It's not just sitting there like a block of cement. It's constantly breaking down and rebuilding, a process scientists call muscle protein turnover. Every day, some of your muscle fibers break down, and your body either rebuilds them stronger or lets them shrink. Now, after 60, something called anabolic resistance kicks in. This means your muscles don't respond to protein signals as easily as they did when you were younger. It's like your muscle cells get hard of hearing. When you were 25, just a little protein from a sandwich could trigger new muscle growth. But by 70, your muscles need a stronger, clearer signal. And that's where eggs come in. Eggs are loaded with a special amino acid called leucine. Leucine is like the spark plug of muscle growth. Think of it as a light switch. When enough leucine enters your bloodstream, it flips on the process of muscle protein synthesis, which is your body's way of saying, let's build more muscle. Here's the magic. Each large egg contains about 0.5 grams of leucine. Research shows seniors need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal to really activate muscle growth. That means 3 to 4 eggs give you just the right amount to flip that muscle-building switch back on. Pair that with other protein sources, like Greek yogurt, chicken, or beans, and you're supercharging the process. Now let's talk about what happens at the cellular level. Inside each of your muscle cells are tiny engines called mitochondria. These are responsible for producing energy and keeping your muscles functioning. As we age, mitochondria slow down, leading to weakness and fatigue. But here's the exciting part. Nutrients in eggs, especially B vitamins, iron, and high-quality protein, help keep these mitochondria working more efficiently. That means not only do your muscles grow stronger, but they also get better at producing the energy you need to move around. There's also the anti-inflammatory effect. Chronic low-grade inflammation is common in seniors and is one of the sneaky reasons muscle declines faster. Egg yolks contain compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin, usually known for eye health, but they also act as antioxidants. They help calm inflammation, creating a healthier environment for muscle repair. And don't forget vitamin D. Eggs, especially when the chickens are pasture-raised, provide vitamin D, a critical nutrient for bone strength and muscle coordination. Seniors low in vitamin D often struggle with balance and are at higher risk of falls. By eating eggs regularly, you are not just fueling muscle, you are supporting the bones and joints that work alongside those muscles. Now, let's connect this to movement. Because food alone is powerful, but when you combine it with even light exercise, the results multiply. Here's why. Exercise sends a second signal to your muscles. When you do something as simple as a 10-minute walk, a few chair squats, or gentle resistance band pulls, your muscles say, we need to grow stronger. If you eat protein without exercise, you send half the message. If you exercise without protein, you send the other half. But when you put them together, that's when your body gets the full signal and really starts rebuilding. Think of it like building a house. Protein provides the bricks. Exercise tells the builders where to put those bricks. Without exercise, the bricks just pile up unused. Without protein, the builders show up but don't have materials. Put the two together, and the house, your muscle, gets rebuilt. Here's a simple example of how seniors can use this knowledge. Imagine you do 10 minutes of light activity in the morning, maybe walking up and down the hallway, stretching, or using a resistance band. Right after that, you eat a breakfast of scrambled eggs and vegetables. That timing is critical because your muscles are most receptive to protein in the hour after movement. It's like the sponge we talked about earlier. Exercise wrings it out and then protein soaks in. Now, let's look at what the research says. In 2020, a major study published in Nutrition showed that seniors who ate leucine-rich foods like eggs after light exercise experienced measurable improvements in muscle mass and strength, even if they hadn't exercised regularly before. What's more, these benefits showed up in as little as 12 weeks, meaning seniors in their 70s and 80s regained muscle in just a few months. Another fascinating study compared eggs to protein powders like whey and soy. The results? Eggs not only matched but often outperformed those supplements when it came to building strength in older adults. Why? Because eggs contain not just protein, but a complete package of vitamins, fats, and minerals that make protein more effective. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't need a complicated supplement routine. You don't need expensive powders or gym memberships. What you need is a carton of eggs, a frying pan, and a commitment to move your body a little bit each day. Now, I also want to address a myth that holds many seniors back. Some people worry that eating eggs daily will harm their heart or raise cholesterol. But modern science has debunked this fear. Studies show that for most people, eating up to an egg a day has no negative effect on heart health. In fact, for many seniors, eggs can improve good cholesterol and support cardiovascular function. The key is balance. Pair eggs with vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains rather than processed foods. Here's another practical tip. Seniors often dawn to feel as hungry as they used to, which makes it hard to eat enough protein. Eggs solve this problem beautifully because they're small, soft, and easy to digest. You don't need a giant steak or big portions. Just 2 or 3 eggs can deliver the exact muscle-building nutrients you need in a form your body will actually use. And let's not forget about recovery. Seniors who eat eggs after activity often notice less soreness, quicker recovery times, and better energy the next day. That's because eggs not only rebuild muscle, they also help repair tissues, balance blood sugar, and provide lasting fuel. So if you're looking for the perfect formula, here it is. Do light activity each day, walking, stretching, or using resistance bands. Within an hour, eat a meal that includes 2 to 4 eggs. Pair those eggs with vegetables and a small serving of healthy carbs, like sweet potatoes or whole grains. Repeat consistently, and watch your strength return. When you combine this simple habit with good sleep, hydration, and balance-friendly exercises, you'll notice changes not just in your muscles, but in your confidence, independence, and overall vitality. In the next part, I'll reveal exactly how to structure a 7-day muscle rebuilding plan for seniors, including when to eat eggs, what to pair them with, and the simplest exercises you can do to maximize results, even if you've been inactive for years. As we've seen throughout this video, natural foods are not just fuel. They're powerful medicine for the body, especially after 60. From gut-healing papaya to heart-protecting pumpkin, from bone-strengthening leafy greens to energy-packed legumes, every food choice you make is a chance to fight aging and build resilience. And remember, it's not about eating perfectly. It's about making consistent, smart choices every day. Small shifts in your diet can create massive changes in your energy, digestion, joints, and overall vitality. Imagine waking up without stiff joints, enjoying your favorite activities without fatigue, and living each day with a sharper mind and stronger body. That future is possible, and it starts with what's on your plate today. So here's my challenge for you. Pick just one food from this list and add it to your meals this week. Once it becomes a habit, add another. Before long, you'll have transformed your health without even realizing it. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these foods are you already eating? And which one will you start with after watching this video? Your insights might inspire someone else on their journey. Don't forget, like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to Hack Your Health so you never miss natural health tips like these. And share this video with a friend or loved one, because health is even more powerful when shared. This is Dr. Uzair inspired health advice, brought to you for educational purposes only. Remember, this is not medical advice, so always consult your doctor before making big dietary changes. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take charge of your health naturally.